But let's not start with England. Let's talk about an opportunity lost for Wales last night. Heartbreak for the Welsh, who lose on penalties to Poland in their playoff final. Poland go to Germany, Simon. We'll be there, but the Welsh don't. What now for Wales? What now for Rob Page? Rob Page, post-match, downbeat.
Absolutely gutted for them. It is a horrible way to go out, isn't it? And it is a cruel game. So, really disappointed right now, but really proud of the players, and that was a message to them in the changing room after, for what the campaign overall. I couldn't be more proud on the journey that they're on. So it's a horrible way to go out, but hopefully we'll learn and become stronger from having gone through the horrible experiences of tonight.
You see, Troy, he once he's on something, he just doesn't give up. He's smirking away like a Cheshire cat there. Because, the Welsh. Do we really need the Welsh in Germany? Well, now you've got your wish, haven't you?
It wasn't my wish.
They're not going. But, I personally, Troy, I'm disappointed for them. I've got many Welsh friends. John Williams, a mate of mine at ITV, Big Hearts and others, and they're not going. What do you think now for Rob Page? Do you think the Welsh will look at the situation? He's signed a 4-year deal that takes him up to the World Cup finals in 2026, but he's now under a lot of pressure to do something with the Welsh, isn't he?
Yeah, because of the recent successes, but I think fundamentally, with the loss of a legacy player in Gareth Bale that carried them, let's not be under any illusion. I think he's done relatively well. It's not the most sought-after job in international football, so there's not going to be an embarrassment of riches to replace him with top-class talents that will take over. So I don't really see why, he would be someone that gets replaced. I think he's done okay. I think he's done a decent job. But the standards that have gone past, I was disappointed with them in the World Cup. I didn't think they turned up. And we spoke to Ashley Williams yesterday, who concurred with that.
Right.
That certainly in games with England where they just didn't have they weren't breathing any fire. That's the one thing you thought they'd bring, and they didn't. But I think, the margins, tiny margin. If they'd got qualified and then got bashed up in the European Championships and come back with no points, would that have made it any better for him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think he's going in the right direction. I think he's all right.
I don't know about you, Troy, but I would expect Wales to qualify now for the finals of a major tournament. Mm-hmm. Qualifying should be the minimum expectation, I think. It's taken Scotland long enough. Now they've got in the groove. God knows what they'll do, but we'll come to that. Mm-hmm. But I think the Welsh should be there. But I'm thinking of Mark Hughes.
I don't think they should be there because I don't know who's their main man. So when you look at every international team that's there, you know who their main person is. Bale's gone, massive. Ramsey's still involved, but Rambo's a bit old now and his legs have gone. But you look at it, it's a very young team, and I think we're going to get onto Scotland and Northern Ireland in a bit. But I think when I look at those players, you look at the strikers, for example, that's where my eyes always go to.
Sure.
These strikers are not Premier League level, high quality strikers that are trying to fire you into into these tournaments. So when you look at Poland, for example, they've got Lewandowski. Now he's got to get you in and around it. Keith Moore, probably not. Dykes, probably not. And I think this is where the problem lies. There's no genuine focal point. That was a 0-0 yesterday with an XG of 0.8 for anyone to score. So for anyone who doesn't know what XG means, there was no goals expected and it went to penalties. How are you expected to go and really put pressure on teams? It's difficult. And they're a very good young team, by the way, and they'll be all right. But going forward, I don't expect them to be in it. I think it'll always be a tough ask for them to get into any tournament.
So it's early days for this team.
Mm-hmm.
But is there, I'm sorry, quite a few of the players are probably listening this morning. Is there a lack of quality at this time?
For international level, yeah, because there's levels between all of it. I think I'm a very good player. I never played international. So there's levels to everything within what we're doing, and I think when you look at all of this, these guys play for Wales and they've got a lot of caps.
Yeah.
But if any of those, would you take them out and put them in the England team?
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
They probably wouldn't even make squads for the England team. So you have to be fair in our assessment, and we're not saying that they're bad players because they're not, but it's just not to the level where you're going to be in European Championships.
Does it frustrate you, Troy, you didn't have an international career?
No, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. I've had some good strikers in front of me. When I was trying to get there, it was like Jermaine Defoe was just about getting in the team. So it's a different kind of thing. But I look at it now, and you look at England, for example, Harry Kane, Watkins, Ivan Toney. It's a good old bunch. There's some people that are frustrated to not be there. So it's just part and parcel of the game, really. That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, where's your expectation now? And I'm talking to the Welsh fans this morning, because you came with huge anticipation last night to the stadium at Cardiff, and you left with nothing. Albeit, and I want to stress this, the fans were magnificent at the end of that penalty shootout, and of course got right behind the effort that they just witnessed for 120 minutes and the penalty shootout. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And you don't go to Germany. Scotland do, and we'll get to that. England certainly do, and we'll get to that. So, I mean, Rob Page, should he still be entrusted to take them towards another major tournament? I'm putting it out there, Welsh fans. Troy's here, Simon is here. You want to have a swipe at Simon, be my guest. What do you think of where Wales have got to, or maybe more relevantly, not got to? 03717 223344 810 89. No Wales, and that's a shame.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.